Hi, welcome to Focus Garage. Today we're going to talk about if you had a $10,000 budget, which is like average budget for buying a used car, what would you get for your one daily driving car that would do anything?
Yeah, now I know you may have seen the video that we just came out with where we had that $30,000 budget. We talked about what we buy and kind of how we break that down there. You know, maybe some people having one car that does it all, or some people having, 2, 3 cars even to kind of split up the duties of, weekend warrior, daily driver, everything like that. Now, as fun as that is, that's not always the most realistic thing. A lot of times, $10,000, like Andres said, is a much more realistic, car buying budget there. So, with that in mind, we were kind of shooting to go for something that kind of checked all the boxes, being that we live in Illinois, something that you could daily drive year-round, like in the winter through the snow, through heavy rain, hot, cold, everything like that.
And something reliable that you don't have to worry about.
Exactly, because as fun as it sounds to drive a 500, horsepower car, it's not something you want to do all the time, and trust me, you'd probably get sick of it real quick. So, with that all being said, let's go ahead and take a look at, what we found. So, you want to start off?
Yeah, let's start off. And I want to start off with saying that I loved your Lexus that you talked about last episode.
Seemed like a good choice, right?
It was the perfect daily, so I had to go out and find a better one than you had. It's a little, it's a little expensive than yours.
So it's nicer.
It's nicer. It's a newer. It's a 2006 Lexus LS 430. It's $9,000, so saves you $1,000, and it has around 114. And the last one, I believe I had 148,000.
Yeah.
So it's like you have less miles on it. Yeah.
Newer, lower miles.
And this is fully loaded. Like, when dealer says it's fully loaded, it's usually not fully loaded. They're lying to you. But this is fully loaded. It has everything.
It even has Bluetooth.
Yeah.
Back in 06.
Like, this is the perfect car. Like, I would, if I had a $10,000 budget, which is, realistic, I would be buying this car without even thinking. There is some stuff that I would be, checking before pulling the trigger. This would be the car.
So what draws you to this car? Like, as far as like a daily for $10,000, being that you like cars, what's appealing about this to you?
So for daily, first of all, it's comfortable. It doesn't have a sports suspension. It's not trying to be a sports car. It's a luxury car. It's really soft suspension, and like the seats are really nice and comfortable as well, and you have heated and cooled seats, and then you have a really nice entertainment system. It's almost like you're just like cruising down the road with just like symphony like playing the music to you, and you're just sitting on your couch at home.
It's a very nice place to be.
It is a very nice place to be, and like the instrument cluster is really nice. I love how it's like almost like so basic, but it's not, like it's futuristic.
They've got that kind of reverse luminescent glow with the gauges there, so it's very like futuristic looking. It's just like you said, it's cool.
Yeah.
The way I would describe this almost is like somebody took like a Grand Marquis or a Crown Vic and they just upped the quality by like 30 times. Really.
Come on, why would you say that?
Ruin the car for you. Well, I mean, it's a comfortable rear-wheel drive V8 car, and this is much more enjoyable to drive. It's going to be a much nicer place to be. And it's just the build quality.
Would you be buying a Camry, V6 Camry, that you probably would be spending somewhere around the same price as this?
Yeah.
And this is a V8. It's automatic. That's fine.
Only way it comes. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's a nice transmission, and it's rear-wheel drive. If you're really afraid of snow and
this has a snow mode for the transmission.
Yeah,
it starts you off in second gear.
You can put that, and then you have really nice winter tires, and nothing can stop you. I mean, I drove a rear-wheel drive car during winter, and I didn't die.
And unfortunately, you're still here to talk about it.
I'm still here to talk about it. And like, this would be a really nice car. Like, this would check every box. Like the V8 rear-wheel drive, comfortable. Like automatic for daily driving, and it's like really nice.
Yeah. So do you kind of want me to go into what I would go with for this budget here?
Let's talk about your car.
All right. So I went a little bit different route here, and even I shocked myself a bit here because if you follow through a lot of our videos, I'll sometimes make a lot of Honda jokes about VTEC Pro and things like that. So with the irony in that, I actually found a 2006 Honda Accord with the manual and the V6, and this is a fully loaded EXL leather trim. So
Wow.
you want to talk about the rarest of the rare. One more time, I'll bring that back to you. This is a Honda Accord 2006 EXL, so it's leather, all that, sunroof, nice stuff. V6 with the 6-speed manual. So this is a true unicorn car. They're asking $8,900 for it here. So, you know, we're right at the top of that $10,000 budget, and there's a few reasons why I chose this here. I do think, you know, that the V6 engine that they use in that is a very, very reliable engine. So to pair that with something that's engaging to drive, like a manual, it really kind of gives you that best of both worlds, you know. Banging through gears with VTEC. I mean, how can you beat that?
Yeah, and you're not really like, you know, Hondas are well known for their automatic transmission, like taking a crap on you, and this is manual, so you don't have that.
You throw that
problem,
most scary thing out of the equation, and now you've got this manual that's enjoyable to drive. So, opposite of Andre's car, this is front-wheel drive. So, you know, you really shouldn't have to worry about buying a set of winter tires or anything like that. And since it's manual, it should be a lot easier to control in the snow, so long as you know what you're doing. You know, front-wheel drive, it really shouldn't be a worry.
I would say that you should still get winter tires.
Oh, if possible, you always can. You know, that's why we budgeted the $1,100 that we got left over in the budget here for that. But what really drew me to this is that, you know, it's a mid-sized car, so, you know, you got space for, you know, yourself, your friends, you know, if you want to go shopping and buy something bigger, you know, you can fold down the seats and throw it in the trunk.
Nice trunk space as well.
Exactly. It's a decent-sized car, but the Honda reliability, you know, if you're picking something as your only car and you want to daily it, you do want to stay away from the unreliable stuff that you're going to be, you know, finicking with all the time. So seeing that as a Honda, I'm like, oh, well, you know, you can't really beat that. You know, you're gonna have that reliability factor for a long time.
And I believe this engine makes like what, 280 horsepower.
It's up there, yeah.
Yeah, and that's
more than
perfect.
what you would need, probably.
You know, like for a daily, 280 horsepower will get you anywhere you want as fast as you want. Speed limits.
Exactly. So that's kind of where we found with that. This was actually, at least for me, I don't know about you, more difficult than that $30,000 challenge.
Because like $30,000 challenge, you could, you know, pick a $30,000 car.
You could buy 6 cars there
just
if you wanted
one,
to. Yeah.
Or you could just get 6 cars. You have a lot of choice. But this is like $10,000.
And you're stuck with it. It's kind of how we pitched it to each other.
Yeah, and like you're gonna drive this for a long time because like, you know, it's a good bargain and you should get every penny out of that. And this like there's a lot of choices. There's like Toyota Camrys, there's like Honda Civics, you know, there's like Ford Focuses, Mazda 3s, like there's a lot of
You can even go sportier. I was looking at like Speed 3s and Speed 6s, but what happens is when you look at them, you know, they're going to have high miles and they're going to be beat up because they're old sports cars.
Yeah, they're also more tend to be like modified.
Yeah, you're not going to get that reliability factor.
So I mean, this was a hard challenge, and I mean anyone that is looking out there for like a $10,000.
I'm sure most of them have been through it at one point.
Yeah,
you know?
and these 2 cars are really good. I mean, I wouldn't drive the Honda because front wheel drive. That's okay.
Yeah, who would drive front wheel drive cars? But you know, same thing as before. We want to see in the comments similar challenge. You know, same thing with us is that we force ourselves to look locally. So any local eBay listings or any local Craigslist listings. So you know, put yourself in this same situation. Kind of look and see what you could find near you for $10,000. And if you had to pick, you know, like a do it all type of daily, what would you choose? You know, like Andre said, this was difficult because I first started looking at pickup trucks, and I'm like,
that's like to go too. Like you want pickup trucks, so you got your all-wheel drive. You know, you can get and then.
But for a $10,000 pickup truck, it's not nice unless you go really old, and then it's really old.
And they're always rusty because they're like
Illinois cars.
Yeah, they're being worked too. Like, you know, they weren't like.
Yeah, I'm not going to spend $10,000 on somebody's used work truck that they hauled around sod or cement in for 10 years.
I thought about SUVs. You know, I thought about like, you know, like Lexus SUVs or like any other like
an RX, like a crossover type SUV, or even the bigger ones, the GX maybe.
Yeah, you can actually. I saw a GX for like. Around $10,000.
Yeah, higher miles, but still, it's still Lexus. It's going to be reliable.
You still have that V8 in it as well, so it's pretty good. But like, there's a lot of SUVs, and like when you're in an SUV in a traffic, I don't feel comfortable.
Sitting high up and everything. Yeah,
like that. And then also it feels like it's just like too large, and I can't like. You know, it's when you're maneuvering.
It's a pain in the ass if you have to go park somewhere and everything like that. You don't need a vehicle that big, especially if you don't have 16 kids. You know, it's just not necessary.
I mean, I don't have anything against SUVs. It's just not me anymore. Maybe like towing.
Buy a truck. I don't know. SUV compromises. You know, it's nice to have the space, but you also, like you say, compromise on gas mileage. You
Yeah.
compromise on. It's no fun to drive. You know,
No.
these cars that we picked aren't enthusiast cars, but they're going to be a lot more engaging to drive than a a 5,000 or 6,000 pound truck. You know.
Hey, it would be more fun having a V8 on a mid-size car. Well, yeah, I think it's a mid-size car.
Mid-size,
Yeah,
full-size.
Yeah, have it on a truck that it weighs tons. You know. Like,
Yeah. That's kind of that trade-off that you make.
But yeah, let us know in the comments what you get. What would you get? And make sure to share and subscribe to our channel. Don't forget about 1,000 subscribers.
We're getting real close.
Yeah, we're getting there. we wanna burn those tires.
Before there's snow on the ground.
Yeah, let's do it. Kudos to all.
We'll catch you in the next one.